Tony goes, let's face it, somebody's gonna have to step into.
Who would take over as boss in the DeMeo crime family after Tony Soprano is dead? And I've seen other videos talking about it, but here's my take on the topic. I feel like there's only 3 options here. But before we do that, here are the people that wouldn't, couldn't, and shouldn't take over as boss. When Junior shot Tony and Sil was acting boss, he was under enough stress. That asthma pump was going berserk every time we saw him with it, and then he ended up in the hospital. He knew his strengths and he knew his weaknesses. Can't forget about Meadow and AJ. The thing with AJ though is he never had the makings of a varsity athlete, but also he wasn't doing well mentally in the later seasons. And then with Meadow started off as like a rebellious black sheep of the family to defending Tony.
The fact that you would even say this in front of an outsider is amazing to me. Jesus Christ.
I don't even think anybody in the crew would allow them to even be in the life, let alone become boss. I almost forgot to mention this, but Sil was little like a Christmas tree. And the last time we saw him, he was in a coma. If he were to survive this, he was probably gonna retire altogether. But he dies. He dies. That's it. Paulie will always be a terrible fucking option. He is just Christopher with gray wings. The only differences outside of Christopher's drug problem was that Paulie knew how to survive. He did just enough to not die. That's it. But we can't forget he's immature, he's impulsive, and he's a fucking liability. Sounds familiar? Remember these 2 moments. Pine Bearing, the Jenny Sack joke, and when he killed his mom's friend. What was her name? Munch or fucking Cook. Broke into her house, tried to steal her money, then offed her. Everybody else in the DeMeo crime family is either a low-level guy or was killed off. Either they don't have the experience or they ain't last that long. Here's option 1, Patsy Barisi. Not only is he a veteran in the game, but also his loyalty to not only the DeMeo crime family, but to the Sopranos. He started off in Junior's crew, him and his twin brother Philly. Philly is then killed because he was running his mouth too much. And then on top of that, he knew they had his brother killed and still was loyal to Tony and his family. On top of that, his son is marrying Meadow. All I can say is don't sleep on Patsy.
That's right. Little fucking tough guy, huh? You bastard.
Option 2 would be the Barisi cousins, Larry and Albert. Granted, we barely saw both of them. The fact that like Larry was arrested and Al is in scenes here and there, but I feel like these guys were wise. They was smart. They didn't really do too much as far as what we were shown in the show. Third option would be to join New York, specifically the Lupertazzi family. Honestly, I feel like this would help the Lupertazzi family more than it would help the Sopranos. That's more money coming in. That's all in North Jersey. And we can't forget the struggle for power after Carmine dies. 3 bosses is crazy. You got Johnny Sack, you got Phil, and then you got Doc, who tried to slime him out. That shit didn't last. Carmine Jr., who a man of words.
Total debacle.
One thing my father taught me, it's this. A pint of blood costs more than a gallon of gold.
But you would have a lot of work to do to repair the Lupertazzi family. But this would be a great step.